Kule, what's up? So this is going to be a TBR for February. We got a lot of stuff to read, and still a little bit of carryover from last month. So gonna finish off the Odyssey. Yep. Um, then something different, something new finally, because I already reread the Odyssey what feels like a million times, even though it's just been two. Um, some great plays here. This is the fifth book coming up. This is how do you pronounce this? Greek names, man. Uh, is Aeschylus? Aeschylus? Es- Eschy- Aeschylus. Probably Aeschylus. Um, yeah, read some plays. Hopefully, get something new to read from that. And then after that, um, I finished Genesis, so we're moving on to Exodus next. Um, so I don't know anything about the plays. It's Greek plays. The Exodus story. What do I know about the Exodus story? Um, this is the Moses stuff about him and the Jews leaving Egypt. Um, yeah, Passover. Um, oh, the Ten Commandments. There's a movie, right? That's all about that. Yeah, this is one of the major stories from the early Bible, I'm sure. I mean, they're all major, I guess, but this one's like the Bible story, perhaps. So, Exodus, I'll be reading that. And then instead of Game of Thrones, following up with the Clash of Kings, I'm going to go ahead and do a romance novel for February, which is going to be Pride and Prejudice. I'm not a big fan of this book. I've already read it once as a challenge to myself just to read something different, right? It's good to get out of your comfort zone and read something different. But when I read this the first time, I had no idea what it was about, besides the fact that it's a really famous book. I don't know if this is, I would say this is probably Jane Austen's most famous book. Uh, and I read it straight up like how it would if it was a romance. And it was a slog. I hated the characters. I hated the story. I hated the setting. I hated the everything about it. The the hoity-toityness of high class society. Um, I didn't like it. So this time I'm gonna read it as what satire, because it sets up stuff and then it never pays it off. So maybe it's the that's version of like, oh, they're supposed to have a duel now. There's no duel. Oh, this lady's supposed to come and be the matchmaker, and she's actually an obstacle. Um, yeah, so February, good stuff. Stuff I'm gonna be also doing, which I should have been doing last month, but I didn't go too into it so much. But I think this time, yeah. So I'm gonna be reading one volume magazine of Shonen Jump a week. This is the January. I've already read most of it for January, but I'm gonna reread it again and do it right this time for TBR, and read one every week. And talk about the manga that's in it. It's got Yu-Gi-Oh, Yu Yu Hakusho, Dragon Ball, up to like the beginning of the Android saga. One Piece, great. I always love to reread One Piece, even though I've hardly ever gotten to Alabasta, to reread Alabasta. I always end around Arlong Park. And then I just, because I'm caught up, I'm all the way up to current. So, um, yeah, it'd be interesting to reread it again and see this translation and how, where we are today. This is before Zolo and stuff. I'm also going to be reading a new series, Somebody Hurts, every day until I'm caught up to that. So it's gonna be seven chapters a week, and yeah, try to catch up to that. Read one chapter a day, and of course, still going to be doing, even though I haven't done it in a little bit. Look at questions. Do a question every week, and so there is going to be a video up. What Sunday? I want to do Sunday as my weekly wrap up kind of thing. I know everybody does those, but I guess following trends. It's just, I think that's more interesting than my journal entry that I was doing. I don't think I'm going to continue that project in that way. I'm still going to journal it. I'm still going to talk to people, about what I read and try to, be around and tell them what I read, because I think it's one of the ways to really master what you're reading is to take notes, read it slowly, and have a conversation with somebody by telling them what you've read. It's that learning through teaching kind of thing, but instead of teaching, it's just going over it. So yeah, that's going to be my project, my reading project for February. We'll see how that goes. Let me know if you have any questions or any kind of comments in the comments. That's what they're for. All right. Later.